Hey guys, so I am not a big fan of making videos of myself for sure, and really don't like to see myself on video, but I felt very compelled today to get a message out to you guys because there's been something that's been really weighing on my mind, and today kind of really just pulled me completely out of what I was doing to get me on here. So, you know, I've been seeing a lot of this like sort of negative, judgmental and sort of condemning type of trend going around of people just feeling as though they have the right to critique another's life and I'm not sure, arrive at these assumptions about them. And, you know, obviously as humans, we all have a natural instinct to judge. And I'm guilty. We're all guilty. However, as some of us know, we are moving into, hopefully, a higher state of awareness. And for those of us that understand that concept, this is very frustrating for us to see. You know, we understand that we've also made those mistakes too, and but we also just understand that that's not helping anything. It's not. So, you know, it's like the thing is that a lot of us, and I'm just going to give an example. So, for example, there are many people out there stating that this planet is shifting from 3D to 5D. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. Stay tuned. This will make sense, I promise. But those of us that understand that know what that means. It's a state of consciousness. It's a state of awareness. And here's my question. What happened to 4D? Why are we skipping 4D? Well, 4D is where the work takes place. 4D deals with karma. So, you know, it's sort of like doing a math problem, an equation, and skipping the step. Now, I'm sure some of you that have been in school have had a professor or two that, you know, was okay with it, but then you've had the ones that were like, no, you have to show your work. You have to show your work and tell me how you arrive at this answer. Why? Because I don't know how you got that answer. You know, I don't know if you understood the problem. I don't know if you understand the step. So the way I perceive this is many of us are forgetting to do the work. We're wanting to automatically achieve this higher state of awareness, but we're skipping right over the process. And that process is very messy. It's not fun. It involves a lot of writing, if you want to compare it to an equation. Because it's going to force you to go within and look at yourself and find those things within yourself that you need to change and begin to work on them, address them, identify them, find out the first time they ever happened, trace it back, identify the source, the root, and begin to work through it. And it's a messy process. People here are dealing with all of these child traumas and even past life traumas that they're trying to work through. So it's not a fun process. It's not a fun little art project. It's very messy. A good friend of mine referred to it as a Picasso painting because that's exactly what it is, you know, but at the end you get the masterpiece. But you can't skip over this step, okay? And so we all need to be conscious and aware of the way we talk to ourselves, the way we talk to others. You know, identify. It's all about identifying. You know, changes cannot be made until they're identified. But it's a process. It's very important that we understand this. We are all trying to move in this higher, to this higher place, towards our higher selves. Something you can think of is, you know, if you could imagine yourself as a higher self, you know, looking down on you, where you're at right now, what sorts of things would you say to yourself? What things would you say you are struggling with? What sorts of things would you say you need to improve? Because ultimately we're trying to just get on that elevator and go up. And, you know, so all of this negativity, it's got to stop. All of the hate has got to stop. All of the separation. Every single day when I scroll through Facebook, I've begun to unfollow people, or and this is just an example with social media, not even other areas of your life, but, you know, I see it time after time, finger pointing, you know, people that don't agree with you, you're automatically disliking that person or pointing out that you think they're a horrible person, they're ignorant, they're stupid, they're, you know, whatever you want to say. We are all on a very individual spiritual journey, every single one of us. And yes, there are some of us that are in different places. We are. There are some, if you took yourself into consideration and where you stood on your own spiritual journey, you might say there are people that I feel are farther along than me, and you might say there are people that are farther behind. But we are all on this journey, and it's our obligation, and specifically to some of you out there that you know exactly what I'm talking about, that have a real mission and obligation here to assist with this. It is our job to help people recognize this. While we continue to work on ourselves, we need to also help others recognize this within themselves. We are not here to condemn other people, to judge other people, to feel that we have the right to dictate what they should and shouldn't be doing. We all do it. I've done it. I'm guilty. We've all been guilty of this. But it's not okay. And it's all, this year, I feel, this entire new cycle is about realization. We are all in this great energetic space right now where, and safe space, where we can make these changes and do this really hard work on ourselves in a safe way. You know, this is your time now to take the time to look at yourself. And if you can't look at yourself, try the visualization of your higher self looking at yourself. And what would your highest self say? Your highest self wouldn't have judgment. Your highest self would have compassion and understanding and forgiveness and love. That's what your highest self would have. And that's the expression that we need to have when we look at everyone here. When we look at all humanity here. We are in a time where we all are in deep need of healing and restoration. So I wanted to bring this message to you guys today. Sorry for the very informal, as you can see, I'm in really comfy clothes because I am at home attempting to work on cultivating my my new business, Karma Rocks, and have been pulled completely out of my work to address this issue with everyone. It's been really heavy on my mind, so I hope this resonates with some of you, and I hope it helps some of you to love yourself and show more compassion for others around you. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoy your Wednesday, and love and light.